why people buy from businesses that they've never used before. I want you to imagine this just for a second. You just moved to Lubbock, Texas, and something went wrong with your plumbing. Let's say it was a sink. You don't know a plumber. You don't have any idea of who you should go to. And when you go talk to people, people have their biases. So usually, what do? You go to Google, you look up a plumber, look at the reviews, take a look and see what the bad reviews are, what the good reviews, if the good outweighs the bad. You call the businesses, and you kind of weigh through your options. That's typically what happens. Now, most business owners think that that is enough, that that's all that you need. But there's a couple of key things that are going to separate you from everyone else. And I've even seen it myself with my own experience, help you become one of the go-tos in the area. And most business owners, especially local business owners, service-based business owners, don't know this. And this is ultimately what is keeping you from growing and becoming the business that you want to become. Which, like I said, is one of the go-to businesses in your local community. I just have a quick news flash for you. People don't buy because you have a really good price, typically. That's typically what it is. They don't. They might think that may be the case. That's not what it really is. That may play a part in it. People buy because they feel safe. They feel safe with you providing the service that they need or that they're looking for. That's typically the reason why people go with certain businesses. And then if you notice this, you even do this too as well. You only have certain businesses that you trust, and you will not go to any other business unless you absolutely have to. Unless this business is booked out, they don't have any spots for you and it's an emergency, then you might go to a different business. And then this can be broken down into multiple things, which I'm about to go over here in a little bit. But I just want you to keep this in mind. There's two types of business owners. There's the business owner that wants to grow, that wants to keep striving to become one of the go-tos in the area, to be able to not work as much in the business and work on it, maybe spend more time with their family, be comfortable, be able to, well, for me personally, like support, your local church, to be able to, give back to the community, to be able to save up for retirement, to have security in retirement, go on more vacations, have more moments with your family, maybe build up some kind of portfolio or, start up some kind of passive income on the side to help you pay for things in the future for your children, like cars, phones, be able to pay for their school if they decide to go to school. But yet this business owner doesn't change anything about the way that they grow their business, and they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Or they try something new and they never stick to it long enough to see it all the way through. Then there's this business owner, same exact thing, all the things that I mentioned. The only difference is this business owner, they stick through with it. They apply the changes. They look for things. They try things. If one thing doesn't work and they actually gave it enough time, they move on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And they keep going until things start sticking to help the business grow more and more and more. To the point to where they're able to do all the things that I mentioned a little bit ago. The question is which business owner are you going to be? If you have a choice. You can be this one that is insane, basically, does the same thing over and over again, never sees things through, doesn't continuously try to find ways to grow the business to where they want it to be so that they can have the life that they want. Or you can be this one that actually does try different things, sees things through, and doesn't let failures, which I don't even know what that is, failures stop them from trying other things that could help them grow. You have a choice. It's all up to you at the end of the day. Okay, now that I kind of went over a little rant there, just wanted to get that out the way. Let's talk about the things that most business owners are missing as to the reason why people would buy from you, even though they've never used you in the past. One of those things is familiarity. They're familiar with who you are in some kind of way. This kind of goes in with building relationship and trust, which takes time. Some businesses, it takes a person, a year for that prospect to become a client. And building relationships shouldn't be transactional. Whenever you do it, whenever you actually invest into building familiarity with the people in your local community, you want to do it genuinely. You want to be genuine. You don't want to be scripted. Like, for an example, this video that you're watching right now, this is not scripted. This is just natural, off the dome. Because I want to connect with you and I want you to truly connect with who I actually am. I'm putting this video out because I want to reach you. I want to get familiar with you and I want you to get familiar with me. That's the reason why I'm doing this, because I want to be able to help you in the future if you even need my help. That is going to take time. And that's something that I actually struggle with. I struggle with that personally. Because we're in business, we don't have a guaranteed paycheck that comes in. It's not guaranteed. It's high risk, high reward. So it can get a little antsy, especially when you have your fluctuations, because that happens in business. You're going to have seasons and moments where business dips, and then you're going to have seasons when it goes back up. And that could bring real anxiety. And we want to rush things. People can tell, by the way, when you just want to make a sell and make it transactional. It's obvious. One, I will say this, and you can click off if you want to, but this is just me. I believe in Jesus. He's my rock and my foundation. He's in control of everything. So, for me, I may get antsy here and there, but because I know the God that I have on my side, I'm not really worried about it because he's in control of all things and he keeps his promises. But like I said, that's just me. If you don't believe in a God, if you don't believe in any of that, that's you. But going back to the familiarity part, if people are not familiar with you in some kind of way, if there's not enough relationship or trust being built there, by the way, people have to spend at least on average 48 minutes of knowing you to become a client. 48 minutes. Think about that. And you're probably thinking, well, how do I do that? How do I build that relationship to where, they feel comfortable and they feel familiar with me? Well, this is one of them. What I'm doing right now. Sorry if you hear the ambulance going, and kids are also in there going crazy, by the way. So if you hear that, you hear it. I don't even care. I'm just letting you know that's what you're hearing. All right. But this is one of the ways. Social media. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. This is one of the easiest ways for you to be able to build familiarity with people in your local community without you breaking a sweat. And what I mean by that is going to networking events all the time, hanging door hangers. I can't believe that's still even a thing. I don't know why that's still a thing. To each their own. I think that's dead. But you might still get some business from it. If you do, keep doing it. I don't know. I think that is a waste of time. But being able to create a video, post it on social media, and be able to reach a group of 50, 100 people that are in your area. By the way, they're in your area. Every single day, you have that opportunity. And some people don't take advantage of it, or they just don't know how to do it effectively. They've tried it, they didn't see it through, they didn't continue, and they just labeled it doesn't work. There's a reason why there are businesses that are successful on social media and businesses that are not successful on social media. And that's one of the reasons why, is because of what I just said, not seeing it all the way through, being consistent, doing it effectively. You may not know what that is. If you don't know what that is, then book a call with me. I'm going to put the link below in the description. We can hop on a call, come up with a strategy, and you take it, go implement it. But that's one of the things that plays into the factor of why people decide to use a business that they've never used before. That's one thing. Another thing is, I think it's kind of tied with the same thing as familiarity, I guess. I would say personability, being relatable. And I think that, this goes back to it being scripted. You don't have to script out your content. Maybe you have like a plan, like, here's some titles of what I can post, what I can talk about. But as far as having like a full script, I don't think you need that. I do have a GPT that I created for clients that it does print out full scripts, but I typically just tell them, listen, just look at the script and get an idea of what you're going to say from the script. Don't copy it word for word. It's just going to seem robotic. You don't want that. You want it to be natural. But personability and relatability. And what I also mean by personability and relatability is not just talking about your business. Okay? You have to be able to relate to people in a non-transactional, non-business way. I know that sounds very weird, but just look at all of the businesses that are successful that are on social media. They're personable, they're relatable. They rarely sell their products. They might talk about their products here and there, but it's once in a blue moon as far as like features and stuff like that. Because that's not what ultimately moves the needle for people. What moves the needle for people is, like I said, they feel safe with you. Because guess what? There's 15 other plumbers. There's 15 other chiropractors. There's 15 other Chinese restaurants. As a matter of fact, I just thought about this. I've never seen an advertisement for a Chinese restaurant. I've never even seen an advertisement like on social media, just posting, which is crazy that I'm even thinking about that. But there's businesses that are just like you. So what is going to separate you from the other businesses? That is you, the way that you carry your business, the way that the culture of your business, sharing those moments. I just had a client that posted a video, and I can't remember how far along in pregnancy she is, but she does CrossFit. And she made a video where her husband was like struggling a little bit, and she grabbed the bar from his shoulders and just lifted it and put it on the rack. And that's all the video was. It had nothing to do with her business. She's a chiropractor. That had nothing to do with her business. That video got 1 million views. 1 million views. If you want to go look and see who I'm talking about, her name is Dr. Chandler Husky. And you'll find the video. It's 1 million video. It's 1 million videos. It's 1 million views. That had nothing to do with the business. It was all personable. It was a great idea. And that was a great example of what actually grabs attention. If businesses can learn how to see things through, develop familiarity in their community to the point to where they're the go-to, and also be personable and relatable in the content that they produce on social media, I don't know how it won't work. It's been proven. And if you want to test that, like I said, go to all of the big name brands or the successful businesses and just look at their social media. Now, I will say this. A lot of people just don't know where to start. And I get it. Social media can be confusing sometimes. But what are you going to do? Are you just going to sit there and say, oh, well, I don't know, therefore I'm just not going to do it or try it? Or I tried this already, it didn't work. Well, what if when you did it, you weren't doing it the correct way? Like, let's just be real. Maybe you needed more guidance. Maybe you needed somebody to come in and just help you and put you on the giant of shoulders. Oh my gosh. This is what happens whenever you forget that you got to wake up early to drop off your wife to go babysit, and you stay up a little bit late. So excuse me for that. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. What are you going to do? Are you just going to sit there and complain and just look around and never do anything? Just stay stuck in the same spot? Or say, oh, well, because I did it in the past, therefore I'm not doing it. It didn't work for me. Like I said, you can literally sit on the shoulders of giants, said it correctly, and work with people that have already done it. And give it a shot, see it all the way through. But the one thing that I want you to take away from this video, if you haven't gotten much from it, and just so you know, I've been doing this for the past 4 or 5 years. I've generated over $1 million in revenue with all of my clients put together. I've only worked with about maybe 20, 30 clients. The one thing that I want to really hit home with you is don't give up. Be in the mindset of long term. I always say this. The businesses that have a long-term mindset when it comes to their marketing, especially on social media, those are the businesses that typically succeed. But the businesses that want something really short, really quick, boom, 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 Those are the businesses that typically don't last long. They're just in it for the money. And listen, there are things that you can do, right, to help you grow a lot faster and get more customers and clients for your business. But typically, we got to be realistic. That's not all the time. You have to be able to do the things that I mentioned in this video. You can do it in person, but the fastest way to get it done is through social media, period. There's no way around it. No way around it. I'll give you guys a great example, actually, before I turn this off. I saw a TikTok of a guy eating food from here. Okay, this was last week. Oh my gosh, my son is going crazy. Sorry. My wife is in there, by the way. Yeah, he's going crazy. But anyways, I was on TikTok, I was scrolling through, and I saw a guy eating some Chinese food. It's like, I never heard of this place. And I sent it to my wife, I saved it so I could send it to her, because we love like eating out. We're trying to cut more down on it for sure, but we do love eating out. And literally like the next day or the next 2 days, I went to go get food from that very place. I never knew that that place existed, by the way. And I'm here in Lubbock, Texas, so it's not too big, too small. But I didn't even know they existed at all. But I discovered them through that video on social media. And we went there twice that week. And we actually liked it more than other Chinese places that we've been to in Lubbock. So that's now become our new place. Whenever we want some Chinese food, we're probably gonna go there. But imagine if that person wouldn't have posted that. Me and many other people that they got as customers, we probably wouldn't be customers. And if we would have became customers, it would have taken way longer for it to get to that point. Because like I said, I've been here for 6 or 7 years. I didn't even know they existed at all until that video. And when I looked through their content, they just started posting content recently. So that is a prime example right there of how powerful social media can be to help you grow your business. And not just grow your business, but help you become one of the go-tos in your area, to help you hit those goals that you wanted to hit, to help you get the time back so you're not working in the business or on the business so much, so that you can be able to spend more time with your family, save up money for retirement, all the things that I mentioned, all the things that you have set. If you just know how to do it correctly and effectively, it can work out for you. Even if you live in Lubbock, Texas, obviously. If you live in a bigger city, then, I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing social media now. But if you kind of watch this and you like want to really give it a try, and if you're really serious about, hey, yes, I do want that. I do want to be able to do this effectively so that I can get closer to the life that I have planned for me or my family, then I'm going to put a link below for you to book an hour call with me. It's going to be a Zoom call, and we're literally just going to build out a whole plan for you. We're going to kind of see where you're at, what your goals are, where you want to get to. And listen, I don't just work with anybody. I made a mistake of doing that before, not doing that again. If I don't think you're a good fit, if I don't get like a good vibe from you, I will straight up tell you we're not a good fit. I'm not chasing money. I could care less. I'm in it to work with people that actually want help and will actually put in the time and effort, even if it's just mental and not physical, right? Which it's social media, so it's not going to be that much physical, but put in the effort to really want to make the change so that they can reach the goals that they set. Those are the people that I'm looking for, people that are really serious. And what I mean by serious, I don't mean like just always like, because I like to have fun, right? Like, so, like, be cool, right? Like, be chill. But serious in terms of you do truly want to see things through. You truly want to see a change happen in your business, and you're not expecting a quick fix pill or just something that is short term. Like, you want something that is going to help your business and establish your business. And like I said, you end up becoming one of the go-tos in your area. I don't know what business wouldn't want that. So if that's you, go ahead and click the link below. Book a call with me. It's going to be in the description somewhere. But if not, and you want to get to know me a little bit more, watch more of these videos, but post more consistently. I took a big break, was just focused on some other things, but I'm back again. So we'll be doing this more often. So if you want to subscribe, you can just go to my channel, subscribe, turn on all the notifications. That way you can get notified every time I post. But ultimately, I'm doing this because I really want to help you. So you can literally take everything that I teach in these videos and just go do it on your own if you want to go do it on your own. It might take you a little bit longer, but it can be done. But if you don't want to figure it out the hard way and you want something more structured, something that you could go A, B, C and follow and know this is a proven process and this is something that I can stick to, by the way, which helps you be more consistent, then go ahead and reach out and book that call. But other than that, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you have a very, very blessed day. I pray that you don't stay stuck in the same mindset, in the same place that you're in right now. Because for me, like I said, if you don't want to believe in a God, I believe that God has a plan for you, for your business. He wants you to grow. He wants you to. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I don't know God. I don't know his plans, right? I know him, but I don't know his plans. But I know that he's a good father, and he does want you to have a good life here. This isn't like the end all be all, right? But this is just my opinion. It's so funny. Somebody said, don't mention God in your videos. Like, hey, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna mention God. I love Jesus. No, nothing's gonna keep me from doing that. That's for sure. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It is what it is. But yeah, have a blessed day. Peace out.